Really makes people mad.
Well, some of them didn't want to buy it down anyhow, so.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Chuck.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. And I need approval of the last meeting's minutes.
Two of them.
Elmer? Joe, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, monthly bills, December bills. County Highway 005, $106,921.16. County motor fuel tax, 017, $492,786.58. County bridge, 007, $85,755.83. Special tax matching, 006, $807.50. And township motor fuel, 917, for the amount of $800. I need a motion to accept the minutes. Ron? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed, motion carries. Public comment? I don't know if there is. Done?
First on the agenda is approval of utility permits. First permit 2143 is on County Highway 10 and go to Township for ComEd. They are replacing and upgrading 2 power poles along County Highway 10. So I recommend this for approval. Next permit is 21-44 on County Highway 43, for Township. It's for putting a field tile underneath County Highway for 2 farmers. Worsley on one side, Sheridan on the other side. They're looking at putting a 12-inch line under the county highway by boring. I gave them a verbal approval on this because they wanted to get this done before the weather turned. Last permit is 21-45. It's on County Highway 25 and County Highway 4. And Manlius, Miller, and Rutland Townships for ComEd. They are looking at removing and replacing like 20 power poles along those 2 county highways, along with some power line upgrades. Recommend that for approval. Just goes.
Okay. We need a motion for approval on these utility permits.
I'll make a motion.
Jerry? Elmer? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing. Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is our annual report. As right now you can see we have 35 employees in the highway department. For our federal funds for roads, which is SDR funds. This year, the allotment was $1,05,344.62. Last year was $1,028,326, so it went down roughly about 23,000 from last year. And we go down to bridges. There's now 39 townships eligible for SCD bridge funding, which means they're getting close to need a repair. Last year there was only 27, so as you see, our structure count is going up. And the allotment for bridges this year was $4,647. Last year was $4,448,843, so $140,000 increase in our allotment for bridges. As our number of bridges go up, of course, our allotment gets bigger, so. So as you can see, it's still keep replacing bridges because they're in most part in good shape. Most of them are over the fair. We don't have that many that are poor, but we don't want to wait till they get to the fourth stage to replace them. Special bridge program for FY 27, we put in 2 applications. One for Leland Bridge seeking $1.3 million in federal funds, and one for the Red, White, and Blue Bridge seeking $3.2 million in federal funds. We did that so we could get Red, White, and Blue, so we won't take all our bridge funds and use it up on one project for 8 years. Well, we still do working some bridges, then some major bridge funds for it. We go over to home and motor fuel tax. This year we collected $2,530,797. Last year we had $2,508,000, so about $22,000 increase last year. For the county consolidated program, last year we received $513,000. This year we only received $491,000. We go to truck access route program. We put an application last year for County Highway 2 from Sama to Dunning was 52, but we're doing it in 2 phases. So the first phase we received an award of $518,000, which will take that to letting this year. And rebuild Illinois program, we got our 2 more allotments of $713,000. So we ended up with $1.4 million for Illinois lot funds used on highway projects. And then account highway levy is $2.7 million, special maximum tax at 1.3, and county bridge at 1.3. Then we go over to township bridge funds, township funds. They got $2.793 million of MFT funds this year, which is roughly up $70,000 from last year. And our TPP funds was $301,192 this year. Last year was $301,177. So basically, there's a $15 increase in that. And the townships also get their 2 payments of rebuild Illinois funds for a total of about $1.6 million. Then you go through, you can see our organizational chart.
I see BC, it's,
No, I was at the bottom of the group.
No, you're still on top of the bridge.
So
kind of, thank goodness.
The truck became the bridge.
Then we go to the LaSalle County statistics. Population is still, for 2017 census, was 10,067, 17th largest among 102 counties. There are 366.39 miles of county highways in LaSalle. Only Cook County has more. There are 78 major structures, 6th most in Illinois. There are 37 townships in the state, one most in the state. The road district has 1,468.59 miles, 5th highest in Illinois. And there's 233 major structures in the LaSalle Township road system, which is 8th highest in Illinois. Then you get over there and see well the work that BC did during summer for maintenance and that. And it's dirt patching, it's mowing, brush and tree removal, shoulder ditch and work drainage, snow removal. For last year, we applied about 4,000 tons of sand salt. And right now our salt bed is, sand salt bed is full. We're ready if it ever does snow.
hopefully it doesn't snow.
If I may, do we have any trouble lining up more sand and salt? I mean,
We got, our next contract is set for next year. And we'll buy
3,000 tons.
3,000 tons. Our contract's
That's what it's
by 80% of it. That we must buy next November. So,
I just was wondering if you were, with everything having trouble getting things, you know.
no, that contract went through and the price increase on that was very moderate.
It's like $2 or $1 or something, $2.
What last year? So,
Let me go back and ask a stupid question.
yes,
Back on page 1, where it says there's 78 major stretches on the South County highway system, 6 most in Illinois, and then it says there are 232 major stretches of South County road districts. Is that because 78 are actually LaSalle County and 233 are total of with the township and
78.
highway or state or what?
78 is just our county highways, structures on our county highways.
Okay,
The 233 is structures that are on township roads only,
Just on township roads.
also that's on township roads then.
it's township roads only.
Okay,
But there's another word for a township is a road district. Because that's what their terminology actually in the law is, their road district and their road.
right. Thank you.
Bridge and guardrail, we didn't have that much guardrail damage this year. Like $10,000 in repairs. Signs, we still over 6,000 signs on our county highway system. So last year we spent $27,000 on materials to replace the signs. And that's just materials only, it's not the labor to replace them. That's just signs and wood posts. Striping and pavement marking, that was done with a contract where we striped the whole entire system. Permits, we issued 647 oversight permits this year. Last year we issued 798. This year we collected fees of 24,764. Last year we collected 28,456. As far as interest permits, this year we issued 9 new interest permits. Last year we issued 7. And we processed 14 applications for alterations. Last year we processed 11. So this year we collected fees of 14,994 for those alterations and new entrances. We can go over to county highway construction. There you can see our countywide contracts. Our striping contract, parking remarking for $115,000. Area shoulders for $129,000. Our county seal coat, pavement maintenance for $404,000. County skip patch with universal asphalt for $153,000. County 15 improvement project deconstruction for $2.3 million. Our parking lot here, building with advanced asphalt for $154,000. And our county keep seal pavements with AC pavement for $1.3 million. So we did a total roughly about $4.5 million this year in all those projects. We can get into our township construction program, which we did about the seal coat program, did about 136 miles of seal coat, around $2 million. We collected engineering fees, about $130,000 in engineering fees for it. They had some township only projects. 83, they totaled $420,000. That will be gravel, $29,000 this year. Township equipment rental, $250,000. Skip patch for Eagle Township was $73,000. Then you get to their Cape Seal projects, which we did 22.6 miles of Cape Seal for $700,000. We had one HMA resurfacing project for a township, for our township, was $190,000. We had one aggregate surface project for the village of Ransom for $170,000. And then we go over to the bridge and culvert construction program. We got 4 projects there. It's County Highway 33 for Reber for $330,000, which County Highway 33 will be open today. The County Highway 18 deconstruction for $530,000. That didn't get started this year due to the utility conflict with utilities. Not to kick off the bridge in a timely fashion, we didn't get them off the bridge until like October. So we decided not to hold it down going the winter. Sandy Ford Bridge is open to traffic. Next spring, they got some items to come back and finish and wrap up. And then Oakley Avenue was another one with utilities that we didn't get started this year. We got township bridge and covers. Covers. We have some from Brookfield, Dayton, Deer Park, and Dillard and Richland. For a total of $320,000. Our bridge inspections this year, on the county system, there was 59, on the township system, only 22. Last year it was 60 and 165. And right now, the county structures, the county is inspecting those, and we have Will Hoffman to inspect the township bridges. Our utility permits, a total of 47 this year. Last year we had 56. And then you got your attachments. It shows how motor fuel tax funds are collected and distributed to local agencies. And then we have our maps at the back. Showing a visual image of what projects were completed this year.
You can make a motion that gets presented to the full board.
Yes.
Okay, we need a motion on, county highway, Matthew, Wally, Elmer, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed, motion carries.
Next I have resolution 2202. Entering an intergovernmental agreement with the village of Dana for seal coating various streets of the village of Dana and payments will be performed by the same. This is the same as we're doing all municipalities there. We just let LaSalle County give an opportunity to participate in our seal coat and our cake seal program. And village of Dana, because that they've included this year, they're looking basically doing all their streets in the village of Dana. And work was costs. About $25,000, and we're charging them roughly a $1,500 engineering.
Okay, we need a motion on this, Jerry?
Yep.
Ron? Yep. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed, motion carries.
Yesterday, we had our opening of our material quotes. You see the material quotes from various suppliers for our aggregates, our concrete, our pipe items, our HMA items for the season. Good turnout. Prices, small increases, nothing major for any of these.
Okay, we need to make that.
Need a motion to put them on file.
Okay. Motion to close on file, Joe? Ron? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries. We need to sign this. You don't need to remember that, do you? Okay.
Also yesterday, we had our fuel bids. We did a little different from the past few years. past few years, we were just asking for a price of trucking, that was it. And then we would use a price index to determine what the price of fuel was at the current time. So they could figure out what we would pay them for delivery of the product. So, we looked at Kendall County's fuel bid. They did in November. And they felt, we looked at it, we thought they got a very good price overall for this establishing a price all year round. With that, it kind of simplifies the billing. The billing, you're billing at the bid price is versus looking at what the trucking costs and then trying to look at this site to determine what the actual fuel price should be get charged at. Which PC always had to find that, going looking at that, and trying to figure out exactly what the price was to make sure what they were invoicing us was the correct amount. This just establishes the price for the year for diesel, on and off road, winter blend, and also for gasoline. As we look through the tabulation of bids, Sapp Brothers was high on everything, so we crossed Sapp Brothers off the list. When we start looking at Artisan and Greenco, one thing we also did with the bid, we said we could pick and choose by each product who we award the product to. So we don't have to give the whole contract to one, the whole contract to the other. So we're looking at splitting the two contracts. So basically, Artisan is going to get the clear diesel, winter and summer blend. Greenco will get the off-road diesel, summer and winter blend. And Artisan will get the gasoline. So as you go through that, Artisan was for summer blend on road 275.9. And then the winter blend for that was 277.9. The off-road diesel was 231.2. And the winter blend for off-road diesel is 236.2. And then the gasoline would be at 231.1 for Greenco for off-road diesel, and the winter blend of 231.1 for 233.1. And then the gasoline is 2,574 to Artisan. That's why I also we feel kind of makes both of them happy because both are getting something to work.
And if we have trouble with one, then you have these suppliers, we can get the other up, we have to, I mean.
Well, the prices are so close, I wouldn't have a problem if.
That's what I'm saying, we're not gonna get hurt if we have to buy
Tenth of a
more from
penny.
the other one, if one
Yeah.
can't supply it,
Exactly.
is what I was concerned with.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, they're
the
so
supply
close.
stuff is going anymore, and
Well, we've had Artisan in the past, never had a problem with them delivery. This past year, we had Greenco, never had a problem with delivery. So I'll see where we're gonna have a problem with delivery with either one this year.
So these prices are with the freight.
The total.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's delivered price.
Taxes, everything. Yeah.
It's delivered price.
And so Chuck, if your gas station could promise me $2.57 for the year for gas, would you do it?
Are you kidding me?
Well, that's a strange thing. I drove by Casey's in Marcelo today and the price of gas is down. But diesel went up like 10 cents.
Yeah.
It was like 234, now it's 244. I don't get the correlation yet.
I think they just see if they can gouge.
I think that's what it is.
The fact of the matter is, you can see crude oil go down and they raise all the prices too.
Yeah.
Used to be diesel was like the garbage fuel. And that's why semi haulers and stuff started using that, because it was a cheaper fuel. And now,
But don't dare raise your prices of water and batteries if there's a hurricane or a tornado.
yeah,
But on the fuel side of it, they can do what they wanna do. I don't get it, but I guess.
I always had a different theory, but
It's, it's 20 cents cheaper up in the Kendall County area for gasoline than it is down here. I was just up there the other day. It's ridiculous. Joliet too. I don't know why LaSalle County is so high, because our tax rate's no different.
okay. Need a motion on the fuel bids?
I'll make a motion.
Jerry? Norma? All in favor signify by saying aye. Same sign opposing. Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is the Dollar General access to County Highway 3, east of Lake Holiday. I got it up on the screen here. They're revised. Cursor. Over there. There we go. They have revised their drawing to show access off of 4759th Road.
And that's what we talked about last month, isn't it?
Yes. And this is still very preliminary. They haven't gone through anything else, getting permits, anything else like that. They just wanted to make sure they could have access to County Highway 3 before they proceeded any further.
So basically, they're gonna build that stub street off of 3 and then build their entrance on that stub street.
You see right there in their aerial, you gotta build the street out. Because this is back here, this is already a platted subdivision showing this street already here. Sorry, that's off the street, that's,
So if I may, that stub street will be then county property?
no.
It'll be a private road.
Well, it depends which way they go, either it could be a private road or a township road.
I was just wondering because if it develops further down there, then we may run into, I didn't know if we run into problems with that,
It's the only thing that's going back is, the way it's platted right now, it goes back into 2 cul-de-sacs back there, so it's not gonna be a through street. So, it's gonna service so many homes, that's it. Bring up how that was, and the developer, not the developer, the engineering firm has agreed to do it that way, and it's the developer that way. Next is the highway department, through Seco. We ended up having 5 cameras. 2 cameras on the corner of the truck storage building. So at that point, you can see the gate and see that backside of the building over there, and 2 cameras on the building over here, so you can see the rest of the lots over here. And then we're gonna have 1 camera at the entrance to filming, 1 going in and out the front door. And that all includes all the cameras, includes all the necessary equipment to store the images we're looking at storing. An image hits every 3 seconds, I think it is roughly. So it's not like a true motion thing. You're only storing basically still images every 3 seconds. And we look at keeping it for a 2-week cycle, so it's stored the data for 2 weeks. And we have enough capacity to do that. And actually, we had designed so we got more capacity than what we actually need. So in case we end up adding an extra camera or something that we won't have to upgrade all of our city equipment yet. We're gonna get enough coverage with the cameras that we have. And the quote for it is $17,564. The building already has the conduit in it to pull the wires. That was part of the original building package, was to provide the conduit already. So the only thing basically is he has to mount the cameras and pull the wires and install the hardware.
And we have that in our budget, correct?
Yes.
And the recording system is capable to do how many more cameras, or is it, you have to add the recording system too? Along with?
If there's soon enough capacity to store for at least about 2 more cameras. I don't think we'll ever need that. Or we really don't have an issue.
And I was just wondering,
Down
the
here?
system I have, I can do up to 8 and then store similar, it stores it on a hard drive.
It's 8 terabytes of storage is what we have.
Did we get other quotes or just from this one?
Just from Seco, because they're with our security systems or anything like that.
So it's similar, if we're repairing a Ford, we don't get a Chevy intake for it, we buy a Ford, so we try to keep everything the same, basically, is what you're saying.
Mhm.
Okay, we need a motion on that.
Yep.
Okay, I need a motion on the cameras. Joe, Wally, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries.
Next up on the agenda is for relocating the vehicle exhaust system in the shop. You guys out there the one day and kind of pointed out what our problems were in the shop, how well the exhaust system doesn't align with where the trucks are getting parked at to get work done. So when we run the trucks, the system's not working because the hoses kink up top as we try pulling over the top exhaust. So at that point, our CO sensors go off, fans kick on, and that part of the system working great because at least that safety side is working right.
Yeah.
But we don't really run the trucks to the inside because we really can't. We just turn on when we run the trucks for a long period of time to regenerate something, then we back the truck outside and let it run because we can't let it run in the shop that long.
Especially regen.
So we went out and got quotes from 4 different companies to do the work. We told them, all the companies, that they could use our man lift to do the work, to cut down on the costs, as we have a man lift sitting here most of the time. So we have a quote from John's Service and Sales for $2,450. From Chapman's Mechanical Systems for $2,328. Marcel's Sheet Metal for $4,956. And then we had for Diversified Sheet Metal for $2,278. So we're looking to award the work to Diversified Sheet Metal for $2,278.
I'll make that motion.
Gary? Ron? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries.
Next I have is Hunter's AT&T FirstNet proposal. This is the system the Sheriff's Department already employed for their deputies, for their cell phones that they have. Along with that, they also got iPads with it. We already have iPads for the engineering staff, so we don't need iPads. We were talking about removing the radios out of trucks and replacing with these phones. We weren't sure on how that would work out. So we're trying to do it in a step process where we're going to get phones for the management staff and then the engineering staff, and then also switch over to connection for all the iPads onto FirstNet service. So it's a kind of step approach that way we can test to see how their service works throughout the county. See if we come across any dead areas, because that's one thing we don't want to take the radios out of trucks. Radios truck, we already know where the dead areas are at. We know up by Sheridan there's a dead area, you know, over by Seneca there's a dead area. But most of all, through all the rest of the county, we have good radio reception for the guys in the trucks, which is really important during snowstorms. So we want to get these phones out to the staff so we can try them out for a year. Then we might come back and revisit and look at taking the radios out of trucks and put these phones in the trucks. And the thing with these is what's going on FirstNet, we're considered, let's say, second responders, I want to say. We're not really first responders, but we're a company to first responders because we actually get called out to aid with the first responders that are on scene. So at that point, with that, we get priority on the AT&T's network. So when there's an event that ever happens, our phone calls go through where normal customers' phone numbers may be blocked due to high demand. And the same thing with iPads. iPads would have priority service on a certain network too, and all our phones would. So this is a little more expensive than what we're currently paying with AT&T with our regular bill. But it's also because I'm putting now 7 more cell phones on there for our engineering staff I didn't have on plan. Right now, currently, the engineering staff uses their own cell phones and don't get anything for it. So we're going to provide them a cell phone, at that point, phone and package, all provided, so they can't say they're using their own cell phones to do county business.
And that's only fair, I think.
So with that, we have, the monthly bill is gonna be $700 a month. Currently, right now, we're paying for AT&T, we're paying $300 a month. But right now, with our activation credits, we're gonna get a little over $2,200 with the activation credits. So this year, as far as first year increase, we're gonna see about $2,000 increase on what we, not $1,000 increase on what we paid over last year for phone usage. But then again, I'm adding 7 more phones onto our package.
And, you know, the thing about it is, they say you're considered a quasi first responder, that gives you that upper hand that you're gonna get called out and you're gonna get that line, so it's worth that extra cash too.
And it also with this phone service, it's supposed to have better phone service than what AT&T has. Because they call what band 14, which is a different radio wave that our package can use, that other phones can't use, which is supposed to give better coverage, and a little better coverage, but increased reception. So more someplace where we get 1 bar, we should be getting 2 to 3 bars. So we should not be really getting, where we're having a problem hearing conversations or anything like that. We should be smooth with that. This was on, I want to do this package and try it out, see if it actually is true. And if it is, might switch the radios out of the truck, because then when we do that, we will actually have a cost savings, because right now we pay Clear Talk over $1,000 a month to maintain the radio system. And we add this to the system, our price comes down. So that's where the cost savings is at, and also then that point, once we have the phones here a while, then at that point we looking to get rid of selling the Motorola radios out of all the trucks, get rid of all that hardware.
Will there be any refund on any of that kind of equipment or no?
We can sell it.
You can sell it,
Yes.
okay.
And right now, we think we're seeing that it's about $100 a radio we get back.
Yeah, we paid $800 a piece for them, and actually, I've seen them on the internet for as much as $400, so about half of it, if,
Yeah, it depends what you're lucky are, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll say conservatively, I'll say $100 back, which is 50.
yeah,
There's 53 radios, much more than that.
Yeah, there's actually, but
We gotta still keep some here, because we gotta keep 1 here for when they do their package as a slave radio that we can operate off of, so we still have to keep that here. So we gotta keep a couple of radios as backups for that, but it's also 50 some radios, so we get some money back out of that. So I'm looking for a motion to
okay.
allow us to go to FirstNet.
Motion to go with FirstNet. Joe, Gary, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries.
As far as filling vacancies here at the highway department, we have interviewed candidates, both the maintainer and the secretary. We have made offers to both of them, and both of them have accepted. So once they clear their pre-employment screenings, we'll look at getting a start date and getting them on board here shortly. Next I have is highway meeting dates for next year. Which is still doing the same thing, 3rd Wednesday of every month. And the June 1 starting at 8 o'clock for our bridge tour.
What's that?
But that one June, we always start early at 8 o'clock for our bridge tour.
Okay, we need motion on that too,
Yeah.
do we?
Mhm.
Number?
Yeah.
None, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries.
Now, the BC's truck's still hanging out in the wings, not coming in yet till probably March or April. We also right now have the 2 foreman's trucks that we're looking at replacing. One is right now at 170,000 miles, the other one has 140,000 miles. So by the time we probably get a truck in, one will be at 200,000, the other one will be at 170,000. Which at that point, we'll take those trucks and put them out back. That's our mowing truck and probably
probably 2 bit mowing trucks.
2 mowing trucks will get used that, and we'll get our 2 trucks back there, are older trucks. The ones that have about 250,000 or more miles on them, we're gonna get rid of those. We went through and reached out to various state contracts to see what we could find. Dodge basically said nothing they can do for 3/4 tons. They can quote us 1/2 tons, but not 3/4 tons. Chevy right now said, well, we can't give you anything right now. We have to wait till the 23 miles come out before we can actually give you a price. So we said, okay. Ford, however, said they can get us once for 2022 Ford Super Duty pickups. The base price on a 4x4 F-250 is $34,980. By the time we add in diesel, the crew cab 4-door, some other light bar, upfitter switches, splash guards, ring boards, that takes up to $53,075. So we're looking for permission to put an order in for 2 pickups for $53,075. No anticipation that it probably won't come in until probably August or later.
Okay,
I'll make that.
Jerry makes that motion. Need a second? Joe? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same side, opposing? Motion carries.
With that motion, looking at for concurrent disposal of a 2002 GMC pickup truck. That'd be one of the trucks that are out back that we're currently using for heavy activities. Get that off.
Yeah.
Well, that thing's at on it,
It's like over 200, 230 maybe, I'm not sure.
230, but
It's over 200, I know that.
it's a truck that has air conditioning during the winter.
And heat during the summer.
Heat during summer.
At least it's got that.
Our last truck that we sold was 05 that we sold. It brought 2,000 at auction. So after auctioneer took their stuff off, we got $940. So I'm looking at this truck probably about roughly the same price again.
If they're good tires and good brakes, it's a good truck.
Well, we got $900 for you, but I want to give you $90 for it, so. Some guy in Texas ended up with it.
Going to Richie Brown.
Yeah, correct. Seemed like that. So I'm looking,
Okay, I need a motion to get that truck. Elmer,
Do you want to do them all in one motion?
no, I think we're just doing one separate.
and Joe, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, motion carries.
And I assume that we won't dispose of these until after we get the others.
Correct.
And are they all going to Ritchie Brothers?
They actually don't go to Richie Brothers. Richie Brothers comes to us. The trucks sit on our lot, they come out and take pictures and they put it on their website,
They post it.
and post it down.
Most of their stuff is online anymore. I bet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when they go to their site, there's a different fee they get charged.
More of a fee, right?
On site.
On site,
Yeah.
right? So we keep here.
That way you don't have to go through the bid process and everything. You can just say, hey, we're taking it to an independent individual and they're taking care of it.
Right, so we used to do our own,
Yeah.
and it was a pain in the ass. Pardon my French, but it was just.
They,
And then people would come back, well, you didn't tell me about this was broke, it's an as-is deal, you know what I mean, so.
Even when you tell people. when they do it.
Yeah, they still complain about it, so if they bite off Richie's,
go picture Richie.
yeah, go call them, right?
Well, you guys can't get in trouble for someone saying, well, my third cousin wants this and he'll give you 2,000.
Right.
You know, I
Oh,
mean,
right,
it's all out. It's,
Right,
your hands are way.
It's above board, nobody's.
Well, I've had people call wanting stuff, and I said, it's on the Richie Brothers site, go, you know.
That's the smartest way to go.
Yep.
All it takes is an allegation.
Right.
So the next one we're looking to get rid of is a 2008 Ford pickup. It's got 250,000 miles.
Yeah, it's got I think it's more like 272 or something, yeah.
So it was a good truck, we worked it pretty good. This is one truck I know that we have a lift gate on it, the guys have beat up the back of the bed pretty good. It ain't gonna be too much longer before something start falling through the bed because it's rusted out, there's holes in it. So we need to get rid of it, that's where we take the other 2 foreman's trucks and put them back for these trucks back there, and definitely an upgrade for the guys to use in that. So we're looking for concurrence to dispose of a 2008 Ford.
That will be Richie Brothers as well.
Joe, Wally, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposing, Motion carries. Will you be able to take that, lift gate off? Or do they usually let that go right along?
No, would you like to take the lift gate off? That's lift gate's on a second truck, I think, or third truck right now already.
Right, so it's about shot as well.
Yeah.
It's getting up there in
They only
age,
last so long.
but we'll take that off that one. It might not go on one of the other trucks right away. It might go on a different older truck first. But we'll keep the lift gate going.
They're sure only to have.
Yes, they are.
Eventually, we're going to buy a new lift gate, but we'll keep it going because it's nice to start lifting equipment up the back of that truck. That's the only news that guys haven't seen it. If there's something too heavy when they have a lift gate sitting there. Of course, we've got our backhoe that's supposed to be getting delivered here
Today,
today. Okay. Our backhoe's supposed to get delivered here today. At that point, we're looking at disposing of one of our backhoes. And we probably won't dispose of it till after the winter season, because we'll let run the old backhoe through the salt for this year, one last year, using it in salt. Not putting a new one in the salt right away. And we'll dispose of that in the spring once the season's over.
That's again, Ritchie Brothers.
Yep. So if you need a backhoe, go up there in the spring.
Elmer? Molly, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Same sign opposed, motion carries.
The last one is disposal of a 1996 a case 621 wheel loader. We have that wheel loader on order, and right now, like Eugene said, it's gonna be June before we get it in. So we want to be looking at selling it after we get that wheel loader on site.
I'll make that one.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed, motion carries.
Road project update. So last meeting, 74's open. Hopefully you guys all had a chance to drive over it. See what the change was from existing bridge to that bridge. And I know they still have some minor application next year, including landscaping, some seeding still have to go. Some other signs to get up and stuff like that. That's very minor work to finish up next year. Highway 33 up there by Walton School. Opening that road up today. We got the asphalt in on Monday, shoulders yesterday, striped it yesterday. Today is just a little bit of cleanup and get the barricades taken down, have the road opened up by the end of the day. Rest of our projects, right now, we're working on getting everything into lettings. And hopefully start getting everything pushed out here shortly. And be ready for next year, on the ground running again for a big year next year. We already have the bridge project for Earl Township, by Earl. It's already awarded to Reber. That'll be starting up in the spring. It's gotta be completed by August, so it's open for farmers. We have the one project for deconstruction, Highway 18 already, that's ready ordered, and we also have the one for deconstruction down Oakley Avenue already. So we got 3 bridge projects already on the books to start next in the spring. And we'll be adding a box culvert on County Highway 9. And also on 15, we got 2 more box culverts on the county system, get done next summer. Along our HMA.
South County, Highway 15, south of the Illinois River.
Yeah, it's down there close to Kernan. We're doing that in advance of our nice overlay project on 15 that we're hoping to do the following year. So the box culvert replacement, that's right now currently posted at legal loads only. So with that and road upgrade to Conway 15 would actually give them their access way to get into the nuclear plant, the cell station. So right now, the only way they come in is basically off of 170. They can't come up our Highway 39 because there's a bridge posted on that one. And they can't come from west on 23, off 23, Grand Ridge. This would give them another way up in just in case something would happen, we'd give them the right way for access. For that, we have 22 resurfacing from 22 up to Sama. It's our top project. We let, and then we're going to look at resurfacing kind of 18 from 23 over 71. So we're actually put some HME down this year. So we're trying to get back to where we could get our high volume roads with an HMA lift on them. As far as any old business, our new 105 truck came in already. And we've given our old 105 to the Parks Department, they picked it up. So if you guys want, after me, you want to go walk out and look at it, the 105 is still sitting in our shop.
So,
If you want to check out the new truck there that we got. That's all I have.
Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn. Gary, Wally, all in favor?
Aye.
time we walk out there, the back might be there too, I'm not sure.
I told him on the way over here.